Welcome back, everyone. This is episode 70 of Be a Pro Action with Theo Tugersson here on Dynasty Central Sports. Thank you for joining us on this episode, as this is a big one, as this is our first episode in St. Louis. As last episode we got traded from the Los Angeles Kings to the St. Louis Blues. We're 37-11 and 7. We're the second best team in the NHL right now, riding high a 10-game winning streak. We're 9-0-1 in our last 10 games. Let's meet the new teammates: Brayden Schenn, Evgeny Malkin, Gino Tarasenko, Tyler Ennis, Nino Niederreiter, Ryan O'Reilly, Klim Kostin, Robert Thomas, who I'm going to call Wonder Bread, Ryan Getzlaf. We got Leo Komarov, Oscar Sundqvist, and Henry Nikkanen on the right wing. He's a young guy, 6'4", 193 pounds. Oscar Sundqvist is the middle line center, and Leo Komarov is a left winger on the third line. Mattias Ekholm is my new teammate and line mate. We got Justin Falk, who I've fought before, Vince Dunn, Ryan Murray, and Eric Johnson, who sniped on us last episode. As if you checked out that episode, it was a bad one. And then we have Tuukka Rask and Jacob Markstrom as a gorgeous goaltending unit back there for the St. Louis Blues. And in our first game, we're going to be taking on my favorite team in real life, the Minnesota Wild. And we're going to be donning these gorgeous jerseys. They're going to be in the reverse retro. And we're finally with Theo Tugersson's actual number 77. For some reason, the game would not let me change 13 to Theo Tugersson's real number. But now we got number 77 in our St. Louis Blues jerseys, and Tuukka Rask is in net, 26-7-3 record and a 2.7 goals against. David Rittich is 17-12 record of a 2.88 goals against. And forgive me if I get some of these names wrong in the first game in St. Louis. We got Gino Malkin at the draw, and he will win that back to Tugs. Tugs passes that over to Mattias Ekholm. We got a Swedish defensive unit. Tarasenko shoots that and passes over to Brayden Schenn, back to Tugs. Tugs takes a shot saved by Rittich. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins passes that over, and Zuccarello now has it. Passes that shot, and that's a goal from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Holy shit, this is a bad start to our first shift in St. Louis, as the Minnesota Wild are going to pick up the first goal quickly into this first period. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, the Nuge, picks up a rebound and just puts it right past Tuukka Rask, who definitely did not play last game against the Los Angeles Kings. Jacob Markstrom was in net. Let's try this again. Start off better. Fiala and Zuccarello with the apples on that one. Zuccarello has the puck now in the neutral. Passes over to Seth Jones, over to Fiala. Takes a huge tug from Tugs, and that's going to be a penalty against... Is that Tugs? No, it's going to be someone else, and that's going to be Vladimir Tarasenko for a hooking call, and he's going to go off at the 149. We're going to jump out after the 18-11 to 14-13, and the Wild still have the only goal on the board. Face off to the right of Tuukka Rask. Ryan O'Reilly loses that, but that was a win. Wild got it, though, and Mattias Ekholm has the puck now. He'll skate behind the net. He's going to skate out and turn away. He's going to still hold on to the fucking puck. Jesus. Number 22, Nino Niederreiter, has the puck. He'll skate that in, loses it, and Zach Parise passes over to Logan Brown. Logan Brown skates in, takes a hit from Tugs, and that's going to go off a stanchion. Losing your bucket there, Logan Brown, and it's 72 points for Gino Malkin, leading the team with 37 goals, 32 assists. Nope. Fantastic points so far for Gino Malkin. 1-0 Wild up, and the Wild have lost their 420. Mattias Ekholm passes that over to Tyler Ennis. Ennis over to Tugs, sound shot and blocked by Rittich. Nuge passes that over to Zuccarello. Zuccarello in the zone, takes a small hit from Tugs, but loses the puck. Tugs now has it in the neutral zone. He'll skate that, turn away, passes that over, and a nice behind-the-back pass, and that goes deep into the Wild zone. Matt Dumba has the puck now. Over to Fiala. Kevin Fiala passes, intercepted by the Blues, and Ryan O'Reilly took that, and we're going to go for a line change. We don't want to be too much of a time hog in our first game in a Blues uniform. It's 2-1 after the first period. We didn't play after that last shift. 2 shifts in this game. That's pretty interesting for the right now the time on the ice. Tugs did only get 2 shifts the whole game. So far not great, but it's 2-1. We still got a lot of game to play in this one. Back into the second period here at the Enterprise Center in St. Louis, Missouri. We got Gino Malkin at the face-off draw. Let's see if he will win this. Back to Tugs. He has it, and Tugs loses the puck. That's Matt Dumba. Passes over to Zuccarello. Zuccarello passes, stolen by Tugs, and going the other way now. The Blues have it. Ekholm over to Tarasenko. Tarasenko passes, stolen by the Wild. Nugent, stolen by the Tugs, and stolen by Fiala. A lot of steals right now. Fiala over to Nuge. Big save from Tuukka Rask. Going the other way now. Malkin has the puck, and he'll dump that into the zone, to the Wild zone. And Matt Dumba's going to pick it up behind his own net. Passes over to Zuccarello. Zuccarello skates through the neutral. No, passes that back to Dumba. Over to Fiala. Fiala takes a huge teammate tug from Matthias Ekholm. Sends that bitch to the ice. That's Tarasenko now. He'll turn away from a play, and he loses it behind the net. Zuccarello over to Fiala. Fiala takes a hit again from this time Gino Malkin. A big one. And that's another teammate tug. Fiala passes that, intercepted by the Blues. That's Vince Dunn, and we're going to go for a line change. And that's the end of that shift. We're going to jump out at the 11:08 mark. It's still 2-1 in this game. Wild have the lead. Face off to the left of Tuukka Rask. Ryan O'Reilly loses that, and Kalen Addison back to Parise, over to Gordeev, over to Parise, block shot by Tugs, and going the other way, Nito Niederreiter skates into the zone. He'll take that into the corner, turn away, passes over to Tugs, and Ryan O'Reilly had that. Stolen now, Logan Brown skates that out. Tugs is on his ass, misses that, and that's going to be a pass across, and that's a save from Tuukka Rask. The Wild have it, Jordan Greenway behind the net. Now the Blues take it. That's a nice pass, and that is covered up and saved by Tuukka Rask. Nice save from Tuukka Rask back there. Fantastic goaltender. And Theo Tugersson leading the league with 204 hits, or tugs. All right, face off to the right of Tuukka Rask. And we are winning the face-off right now with the 12-10 lead. But that's Seth Jones with a shot, and that's a big save from Tuukka Rask. A big hit, and that's a fight coming up. And who is the fighter that is going to take on Tug? It's going to be Seth Jones jumping into the fray, and we got Tugs versus Seth Jones here at Enterprise Center. Tugs throwing the bows around and throwing some big punches at Seth Jones. There goes Tugs' bucket, though. Not looking good. Hopefully Tugs can redeem himself in front of his new teammates, and that's a big win over Seth Jones, the Houston, Texas native. Goes down in a big fight from Theo Tugersson, and that is his first dub in a Blues uniform. Just decimating Ryan Nugent-Hopkins along the boards, and Seth Jones goes down. Tugs with a big shiner, though, on that right eye. Not looking great. Seth Jones on the blocks, not looking happy. Jumping out at the 3:30 mark of the second period, we are on the PP. Face off to the right of David Riddick. Malkin at the draw. He will win that back to, I think, number 72. I don't know who number 72. Oh, I think that's Justin Falk. I got to remember that. Justin Falk. And now that's Ryan O'Reilly. Nice play from Vladimir Tarasenko between the legs, and has a post save from the goaltender, the post. Matt Dumba with a pass intercepted. The Blues are just controlling this power play. Tarasenko behind the net. Back to Ryan O'Reilly. Over to, Justin Falk. I can't remember his stupid fucking name. And that's a dump back into our own zone. Justin Falk is going to go get the puck, and he's going to get tied up behind the net. We got 4 behind the net now, and Malkin is going to get the, and Tugs is going to go off for a penalty as he just decimates one of the Wild players behind the net. An interference call. Just take a look at this stupid, cheap hit. I don't even know who he hit, but it was all right. It was a bad call, a bad penalty, but we get a goal. I don't care who says anything. That is a good play, as we got a game-tying goal. Matt Zuccarello now has the puck. He'll skate that out. Tugs misses a hit on Zuccarello, and he's too slow to get back. Tugs is now playing a little, and Justin Falk passes that. That's the end of the second period in this one. It's 2-2 after 2, and Dave Riddick, the goaltender for the Wild, standing up tall until that last goal. Let's take a look at some of these highlights. A fantastic barrage of shots on that PP. And we're going to the third, 2-2. All right, let's head to the third period. It's 2-2 hockey between these two teams, the Minnesota Wild and the St. Louis Blues, the new team of Theo Tugersson. Malkin will lose that draw, and that is the Wild skating into the zone, stolen by the Blues, but Zuccarello takes it back. Ekholm ties him up along the boards. Nugent Hopkins takes a shot, misses the net. That is Zuccarello behind the net, takes a pin from Tugs, and that's going from Matthias Ekholm over to Braden Shen, over to Tarasenko, over to Tugs, over to Malkin. Malkin will flub it on a breakaway, a short one. A close-in breakaway loses that, though, and Seth Jones pins him along the boards. That is stolen by Malkin over to Tugs, and he will pass that to the boards, back to himself, back to Ekholm. Ekholm will take a shot and save by Riddick. Zuccarello will control the puck. He'll turn away from a hit. He'll skate in, pass that over to Nuge. The Nuge will skate through the neutral zone. He'll lose that, and that's Braden Shen. Braden Shen passes over to Tarasenko. Tarasenko back to Tugs. Tugs over, stolen by Joe Pavelski. Going the other way, Joe Pavelski into the zone, and he will take a hit from Ekholm. Passes over Seth Jones and blocked by Ryan O'Reilly. He'll skate out of the zone, passes over to Tarasenko, and we're going to go to our next line change, and that's 3-2. The Wild got a goal from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, the second on the game for him, and Tugs is back out at the 10-minute mark and 40 seconds left. 3-2, Lucas Elvins passes over to Troy Brouwer, over to Trevor Lewis. Trevor Lewis will lose that. The Salt Lake City native will take a huge tug from Tugs, and Matt Dumba will steal that puck from Tugs. Over to Trevor Lewis. Trevor Lewis will skate in, passes that over to Dumba. Poke check a doom from Tugs. Seth Jones now controls it. He'll pass that over to Troy Brouwer, who will control it after a big hit from Ryan O'Reilly and Tugs. Over to Lucas Elvins, who will flub a shot. That's Trevor Lewis over to Seth Jones, stolen by the Blues, and going the other way. Ryan O'Reilly over to Needs. Nito Ryder passes over, stolen by Matt Dumba. Over to Fiala, takes another huge tug from Matthias Ekholm. And it's 4-2 now as Zach Parise will score on Tuukka Rask at the 4:20 mark of the third period. Not a good time right now for any Blues player. The Matt Dumba show has the puck over to Jordan Greenway. Over to Eriksson Ek, and slap shot, clap bomb right past Tuukka Rask. That's 5-2. This is shitbag hockey right now for the St. Louis Blues. Is bad news, and how the fuck is this happening? Tugs' first game on a team that is on a 10-game winning streak, a 10-game point streak, and they are going to lose to a team that hasn't won in the past 3 games, the Minnesota Wild, just because Tugs is on the team. We are either bad luck or we just fucking suck. It's 5-2 in the third period, and Joel Eriksson Ek gets assists from Luke Kunin and Jordan Greenway. That's Joel Eriksson Ek loses that in the corner. He'll get that and stolen, takes a big hit from Leo Komarov. Komarov getting pestered onto Joel Eriksson Ek, and this fourth line of the Blues is doing pretty well, I think. I like the pressure that they are applying. Luke Kunin now has the puck over to Jordan Greenway. He will lose that, and Tugs is going to pick up the open puck. He'll skate that through the neutral, passes over to Gino Malkin. Back to Tugs at the blue line. Tugs will lose it, but Braden Shen will take it off sides. Face off outside of the Wild zone, but close to it. 26 hits for the Blues. We got a minute left. Braden Shen passes over to Tarasenko. Tarasenko loses that to Seth Jones, skates that behind the net. He will pin himself, passes over to Kevin Fiala. The Swiss miss right around Tugs, and he will lose that, though, because the Blues steal it from Gino Malkin. Over to Tarasenko, back to Gino Malkin, back to Tugs. He will take another hit, and he will lose it. Back over to Kevin Fiala, skates that in. Fiala loses the puck over to Zuccarello. He'll take a hit in the corner, and Braden Shen now has it. Over to Vince Dunn. Vince Dunn over to Malkin. Malkin now, and we're going to go for a line change. 22 seconds left in the game. No go. 5-2, our first loss in St. Louis, as that's the end of the game. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins got the first goal, and I believe he got the third goal, so that is the game winner for the Minnesota Wild. It might have been the fourth goal, to be honest. I don't actually remember. I think it was maybe Zach Parise that got the third goal. Either way, the Wild are going to get the win in this one. They have not won in the past 3 games. And then the St. Louis Blues, who have had a point in any game in the past 10, gets Tugs, and we lose our first game in St. Louis, 5-2. It's disappointing, but let's go back to the locker room and see what coach has to say. We got no challenges, so I wonder if that's going to happen anymore in this one. We'll see how it goes. We got C+, C+, A-, a C+ overall game. We got no points, -2, 3 shots, and 5 hits on the total game. 24 minutes played. We got still 23 points on the season. We got to pick this up in the new team. We got to play better. We got to be up to the level of this team that is number 2 in the NHL right now. We picked up 1,000 followers, though. That's the St. Louis factor right there, being on the top team. And Geno Malkin coming over to talk to Tugs. Let's see what he has to say. How does spending a day of shopping sound, Theo? Sounds good to me. Since the reason we have won most of our games, how about you guys pick up my shopping tab? 50-50 persuasion. Let's see if that will work. Hopefully, it doesn't sound too bad. Actually, I could show you what a sense of style really looks like. I think we're going to go with this one. This one's a little bit better, not the persuade. We'll save that for the team. I want to start off good with Geno Malkin, who in real life is what I heard is a fun teammate, but he will never remember your name. Great, Theo. Some of the guys could use some help upping their style game. You think you could help them out with that? Fit in? Of course I could help them out. That would be good, especially since I'm a spokesperson for a formal suit company. Apparently, that's the name of their call. They're called Formal Suit Company. Whatever. We got -50 to money. Let's see -75 to money, plus 25 to management. Gino's happy about it. Let's see what coach has to say about this one. Sucks that the streak had to end, Tugersson. I thought you would be a bigger factor. Keep it going. Well, I'm sorry. I played one game. Hard to be disappointed after winning 10 straight, but we should have won this game. Great stretch of hockey. Yeah, I didn't play great the first game, to be honest. I got some stupid penalties and whatnot, but it feels good to be in St. Louis. I'm excited about it, and I'm excited to maybe make playoffs this season. So smash like down below, hit subscribe, and thank you for checking out this episode 70 of Be a Pro Action with Theo Tugersson, as we are joining our new team, the St. Louis Blues. Thank you for watching. We will see you later.